We begin with breaking news about the increasingly dire state of the global climate. There's a new report just out this morning confirming that 2023 smashed temperature records. This is a report from the Copernicus Climate Change Service. It's raising the alarm at the speed at which the planet is warming. Temperatures in Europe, for example, above average for 11 of the past 12 months. September, that was the warmest month ever. Global carbon emissions from wildfires up 30%, and that was largely due to the fires burning right across our country. Nicole Martellaro is our senior science writer, and she's here with more on this breaking news from Copernicus. We knew it was going to be hot. How hot was 2023, Nicole?
Well, it smashed records, and the past record was set in 2016. This came in, 2023 came in at 1.48 degrees Celsius warmer than the pre-industrial average, 2016. That average was 1.2 degrees. Sounds like that incremental, 0.2 degrees isn't a lot, but it is, and it has dire consequences. So this was a particularly hot year, driven by a lot of factors. Of course, the main one is the continued use of fossil fuels, pumping CO2 and greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. But yeah, this was a big one. This actually surprised climate scientists.
That overall number. When you drill down into the report, as you've been doing, I know this morning, several other records were broken as well. What other ones stood out for you?
Well, the fact that every single day, the global average was 1 degree above the pre-industrial average. That's a massive every single day. And then 1.5 degrees, that was half of those days. But for me, what really stood out is one of the biggest contributing factors, which was the ocean temperatures. The oceans were the hottest, I wasn't going to say warmest, but the hottest they've ever been. We've seen marine heat waves, coral bleaching off Florida. It's just the amount of heat that the planet is taking in, that especially the Earth's oceans are taking in.
So you mentioned fossil fuels, the warming ocean temperatures. Are there other contributing factors that we should be noting?
Yeah, I mean, one of them was El Nino, and that started in around June, July, and that did help ramp up temperatures. However, the concerning part about that is El Nino effects are typically felt in the next year, in the subsequent year. So that would be this year. So a lot of climate scientists are saying to keep an eye that we will surpass 1.5 degrees. We could for the calendar year, January to December, but that we will likely hit 1.5, 1.6 within a 12-month period within the next couple of months.
There was a European scientist saying we are now in the 1.5 degree era.
Yes.
It is now here as a result of what we're seeing. So what do we watch for then in 2024?
Well, right now we have zombie fires going on in BC, and that's a big place to keep an eye on after what happened last year. So these zombie fires are fires that are continuing through the cold, the winter, and that area is in a drought. So for Canadians, I think that's the big story, to keep an eye on that, and just basically the heat in the coming year.